I know what you're asking yourself, like, hey, I seen you in another video and you had the foam was purple or blue or green and you used dragon's blood. How did you make that? Same exact way. All you're doing is this, taking off the cap. Let's just say we want to make, for this soap, because it has no ingredients, but let's just say we added in citrus. Or let's just say we want to make dragon's blood. Dragon's blood, we poured in our soap, which is right here. Or you can use your rose hemp or rose soap. It's really rose hemp soap. Smells wonderful. Pour this in. It's the same color as the non-scented one. They're all the same color. Castile soap will never be this different color. It's all the same color. Just one has different scents. That is it. This one has rose. So let's just say we poured this in and it looked like this, okay? But it smells good. All right, put this down. All you are doing is adding in 1 to 2 drops of food coloring, like for cakes or pies or whatever you're gonna eat. You put food coloring in. That's it, just 2 drops. You do not need anything more than that because it's gonna be super red. Unless you just love the vampire blood red, then okay, do 3 or 4. But that's it. Don't go past 3 or 4. I'm gonna show you why you don't go past it. Because you only need 1 to 2 drops. Okay, that was 2. Doesn't look like anything, right? Let me show you the power of food coloring. Look at that already. Yeah, you see it change? Right. I added in those 2 drops. I didn't even shake it up yet. I didn't shake it. All I did was screw the top on. But as you can see how bright red it turned, and that's 2 drops. You can do 1 drop and you're fine, but let's shake it up even more. Yep. Now you have dragon's blood. So now if you spray it out, it was white because there's a couple pumps in there, but it's going to turn red. There we go. Right. So now you have dragon's blood. And so when you do your facials, oh man, when people see this, it's like, damn, what was that spell? Why was it red like that? What were you using? Don't tell them shit. This is for you only. Don't try to be telling everybody else in the world and how to make this, because now you just told your secrets. Now you don't make any money. I'm fine with sharing my secrets with you because I have other means. I have other jobs. I was in the military, but I am a veteran. So for me, I'm set for life. I'm good. I'm a disabled veteran, which they pay me for the rest of my life. I'm retired early. So I'm good. And I have an IT job. I have other means. I have degrees. I can go jump into anything else that I want to do. Plus I have my little side businesses. So I'm good. But if you don't have any of those and you're giving away your secrets, come on, don't do that. Be safe. So that's what you would do to actually add in a different color to your soaps, to actually have it nice and red or pink. You can make it super red, like blood red, or vampire red, like the fangs, like yeah, bite into somebody's skull or your lovely lady's neck, like like a biscuit. And you can make it red, and it's like, wow, I want to come back for that red facial. What was it? Blue. You use blue, any coloring that you want, and just put it on the face, and it stays the same color. It will not stain. If you get it on white or whatever, it will wash off, okay? So don't be alarmed. It washes off. It's just food coloring. It is not coloring. It's just food coloring. It will go away. I guarantee you. All right, so when you're in that shower or when you're about to give a massage, you don't have to be in a shower at all. I'm just saying it's great to use after a shower. So if you don't have a client, or if you just want to moisturize your own body, then this is what you need to do. Or if you have that person on that table, you don't want to use like certain lotion bottles or keep squeezing, doing all this extra stuff, you can just spray this on their body and you're done. And so you don't have to overuse your lotions anymore. You don't run out of it because it's oil based. Okay, take this off, and this is CBD. Remember, for the spray ones or anything with a spray, because of the hose, you don't want to use straight flour. No, because it'll get clogged. So use just a straight oil, okay? Well, actually, we're gonna fill up our other bowl, or put in the rest of the bowl in here. So pour the rest of your contents inside the pour. Put that down. Take your CBD massage body oil, pour it in. Make sure it's on tight. And now when you spray it, let's just say, take off my jacket real quick. All right, so say we want to spray the arms. You know, either you're giving somebody a massage or not, or in the shower. You want to make sure you're hydrating the body. That's fine. So then we spray, spray, spray. As I said, you only need a little bit. It goes, man, it sprays the hell. I love these. I will link it in the description below where you can buy that. So when you're moisturized, this is actually too much, but you only need a little bit. Man, you really, really, truly, like I said, you only need a little bit because this is actually almost too slippery. It like glides too fast. But on the body, the person's going to feel great, but just make sure you use the proper amount, okay? And it doesn't dry up. That's why I like the CBD oil with MCT oil, fractionated coconut oil. They don't dry up. So, like I said, after the shower, when you go, you don't need a little bit. You are hydrated for the night. Your skin will love you for it because now your skin can breathe. It's like, whoa, what? How come you haven't been doing this every night or whatever? That water in our shower heads, if you take that water, put it in a clear cup, let it sit for about maybe a couple hours and look at it. You'll start to see the water film up or get white or residue around that glass. Yeah, that's calcium or calcified nonsense. That water is damaging. It has a lot of iron in it. It could have, if you really tested your water, it's drinkable. But you'd be surprised the stuff that we're putting on our bodies. And remember, in the shower, our pores are open. We're inhaling or ingesting, inhaling, or introducing that type of water into our body, bloodstream. Messes up everything. Not too much, not to the point where you got to go to the hospital, but it can mess up the molecular structure of rebuilding skin, doing X, Y, and Z, because your skin has to fight those irons or minerals or whatever's in that water. So be careful. If you want to make a scrub, let's just say you want to make a quick CBD scrub, sugar scrub. You just take anything that's clear, add some water in there, take your sugar, pour your sugar in, or salt or sugar, whichever one, or you can have a combination of both. Sugar, salt scrub. Pour it in. So now you have your sugar, right? Now, if you want to make your sugar different colors, hey, let's add in a blue. Take your blue, food coloring. Blue is just food coloring. Put in 1 to 2 drops. We're just going to do 2. Take your chopsticks. Now, you can do more than 2. I was just saying, for me, 2 is good. And it's going to ball up because it doesn't have any moisture to saturate. I just want to get it broken down and movable. Because it's going to break up. See how it's breaking up? That's okay. That's what you want. Right, because you're starting to see the sugar actually turn blue. And that's one, right. When you put it in here, it looks like, oh my God, it's not gonna coagulate. It's not coming together. It will. It's just because it's not moisture. So you mix it until you can't mix it no more. Or you can put it into a blender and mix it as well. Because even my hands are starting to get tired. But just mix it, mix it, mix it. Right, so we started with white sugar. Look at it now. Oh yeah, it's like Smurf blue. Real, real nice. I told you, you only need 2 drops. It turned this whole white sugar into 2 little tiny drops. Not even like a rain droplet. It's tinier than that. And it turned it super blue. I told you, a little goes a long way. So now that we have that color mixed in, make sure you put your cap back on your food coloring. Now we add in the CBD oil. Oh, there we go. So your CBD oil, we're all nice and mixed up, and you can shake it if you want to. Just make sure you get some more shakeage. But it's nice and blue, as you guys can see. It's wonderful. Pour in your oil. Now, you only need a little bit initially, just to see how it moves. So you pour it in, make sure it gets saturated and coated everywhere. Oh yeah, perfect. But I'm going to use the whole thing. I'm just showing you, you only really needed a little bit just so it can group up. And it actually got thicker, if you didn't notice that. So certain oils, fractionated coconut oil and TC oil, like I said, it's a polysaccharide. It gets bigger molecules. With certain ingredients, it will get thicker. It will expand. So sugar, it looks small, but sugar actually can move into a bigger molecule, just how this just did, because it kind of got heavier, and that's the oil mixing with it. So this is actually a perfect scrub. Look at that. This is perfection. Oh yeah, look at that. And it sticks together, so when you give somebody a nice scrub, they're like, wow, what was that blue? I like the blue. Trust me, you could sell this, put this on your, or you can actually add a fragrance in it. You don't have to have CBD. The CBD smells like CBD. Yeah, it does. So some people like to have that smell. But if you wanted to add in a nice aromatherapy, then just put the aromatherapy drops in it. That is it. Aromatherapy drops, maybe 4 to 5. You can do up to 8, but then it gets super strong. Aromatherapy is super, super potent, just like this. You only need a few drops. 4, I use 4 for this one. I could possibly do 6, possibly 8, but it's going to be very, very strong. Sometimes you want it super strong because when they're laying down, they want to smell it too. So you take a little bit of it, rub it in your hands, put it underneath their head, tell them to take in a deep breath. Hold it. Exhale slowly for 4 seconds. Inhale again slowly for 4 seconds. And exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. Damn, they're sleeping. They are asleep, for real, for real. So, it sells itself. This is literally how you make a scrub. This scrub is perfect. Look at that color. It's perfect. People want to know how rich that you got it like this. I only put 2 drops, if you only knew. So with that, I'm going to put in the rest of the oil. just to show you that even if you put in a super duper lot, that's a lot. Look at that. Look at that. Keep going. Keep going. Keep pouring. Oh yeah. Get some. One more time. Won't she do it? Because God could be a woman. Won't she do it? Or male, female, I don't know, dragon. You know, won't the dragon do it? The tiger? Oh yeah. Hell. Okay, so you're mixing it in. Now see, right, this may be too much of a slushy. This is like the 7-Eleven Slurpee slushy, the blueberry. Oh yeah, but don't drink this. If you leave this around kids, they will try to drink it. Don't let them drink it. They're not gonna die. It'll just make them sick. It'll make them throw up. Because it's too much sugar, too much oil. If you really want to throw up, like Epicac, you swallow this, like in the military, Epicac they gave us, throw up, yeah. But look at it, it's so nice. So that's just a waterier scrub, but it still works. You can put the cap on this, store it for like ever in a day, it will still work no matter what. Scrubs don't go bad in my opinion. I know some people say up to a year, 2 years. I'm like, no, I've had some scrubs from like school and they're still in my storage collection or storage bin. They're still the same. Still smells great. It did not lose its potency. This won't either. It's still a scrub. It's just watery because I put a lot. I'm just saying if you put in a lot, it's still okay. Got a little bit on my, you're fine. Just all you need to do is add more sugar. That's it. That's why you never fill this thing all the way up with sugar and then mix it. Halfway, then you add more if you need to, okay? If you add too much water or oil. So that's how you make your CBD body scrub. You can have it smell really, really great, or you can have it just smell like CBD. It is up to you. You are in control. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching our CBD portion of how you're making your facial massage and body scrub. CBD oils, beard, vagina, pubic area, penis, all that good stuff. Anus, you can give a scrub right on it. Oh yeah, they're gonna feel great. You can even pour this in your bath water. Don't just think a body scrub is for just getting off dead skin. No, if it's mixed really well with good stuff, you can put Epsom salt in here as well. Grind up the Epsom salt, put it in here, and it's still CBD Epsom salt. Put the Epsom salt and the sugar in your bath water. You can mix it with honey if you want to. Honey is a humectant, great for your skin. Put this in that bubble bath. If you have a shower, if you're in New York City or any city, San Francisco, whatever, Tokyo and shit. I wish I was in Tokyo, eating some sushi and some mushu. You know what mushu is. You know what that woman, Lord, I could go for some mushu right now. But, put this in your shower still. You put it at the basin of it, not into the drain, but around it. And step in it, it'll exfoliate your feet and aromatherapy comes up, especially if you use eucalyptus. Put that, if you have a common cold, put eucalyptus in here, spray it around your shower. Oh, it's still gonna come up because of the steam's hitting it on the ground. It's gonna come right back up to you in your ventilation. Like, oh, I can breathe again. My sinuses are gone. Yes, a scrub is more than just a scrub. Just in your school, you weren't taught how to use it in different ways. Neither was I. I had to go to certain beauty shows and expos to really learn what these products can do. They do more than just what they claim someone else tells you that they can do. And now you know how to make it and sell it. It's easy. You name your own pricing, make sure your demographics can afford it. Just because you live close to rich people don't mean rich people are going to always be in your store to buy it. So you need to see who in the area, young, tall, small, big, anything. Just make sure that they can use the product, all right? All right, so lastly, what are the bottles that I'm using in this video that I didn't show you before? Because I know some people are saying, like, hey, I've seen these bottles over here. What were those used for? These bottles here, well, we've used these from here to here we used. This one is just a glass bottle. The glass, some people love glass. If it breaks or drops, it's over. But some people love to see it, and it preserves it a little better. But this is see-through. If it hits the sun, it could dilute or degrade your product. So to combat that, you need to get an amber bottle. The amber color, it stops sunlight, UVC, B and A rays going through. A tiny bit of sun rays will still kind of go through if you leave this in the sunlight or whatever for the whole day. I mean, but it still will block most of your UVC rays, B rays, and A rays, okay? From your products going bad. So use that one. This one is just a little smaller version where it's like a travel size. If you did travel overseas or on a plane, and it's just underneath the plane, like on a, not a carry-on, but the baggage that you check in, you'll be fine. Same thing with this one, travel size, okay? And these are sample sizes as well. So if you need to show somebody like, hey, I have a whole table set up, because people are gonna wanna try your stuff. Just give them a couple pumps, that's it, keep it moving. Don't try to get these whole bottles out. No, not at all, no. We use all of these bottles here. These are just different foam bottles. This is just a taller version for like compact, if you want to take it on the go. It's just small and slender. Some people don't want the bigger bottle. They just want something small that they can compactly put in their bag. These ones are smaller, but they have like the little flare to them, like a little, the capsule. Everything you see here is gorgeous. It looks great. You see what I'm saying? It's like the Flash Gordon. What was that dude's name? Desaad? Or no, it was another dude. But anyway, Desaad was from the other DC universe. Desaad was a crazy motherfucker, but he was right though. He was telling Darkseid what to do, and he was right. Desaad knew what he was doing, but Desaad was weak. So Darkseid was just strong and an idiot. Well, I mean, he was a little smart. But yeah, just like the Desaad color. Or that dude from Flash Gordon, I forget the name, the dude with the golden chin, and he was talking crazy. And that dude scared me back in the day. That was like the first Michael Myers for me, for real. I forget his name. Oh man. So the silver, the chrome dome, you know, like Destro and G.I. Joe. Oh yeah, it's flawless. It's gorgeous. It's good stuff. Good stuff. You know, you got your amber rose or your rose gold. Some people don't like rose gold. I love rose gold. It's really nice. Put your logo on there. Travel sizes. That's all that they are. Your gold, your royal gold, your queen bee. The royal family. Oh yeah, the emperor, empress. This is the way to go. So those are just bottles that we didn't use, but these are travel size bottles. That's all. And so from here, you need your product, the bowls that you're going to use to dip your product in or pour it in. These are all the bottles that I use, the cups or your measuring cups, your filters, and your food coloring if you're going to make the foam soaps like Dragon's Blood or whatever you're going to use, okay? This is all I use to make those products. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you watching it, and I know it's pretty long, but it shows you how to make it step by step by step with no problems. And if you have a problem, please give me a call. My number is listed somewhere around here, wherever I'm going to put it, but please give me a call anytime. My Instagram is right there. You can contact me anytime. So now we're going to go ahead and make hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid, as we all know, is very moisturizing, or it keeps the moisture in our skin and actually binds to other water molecules, either sweat, to rain droplets, to regular water, and keeps our face nice and dewy and super moisturized, like that morning dew. When you see it on the leaves, like, man, why is the grass wet and all that? Dew. And it looks great in the morning. It's like, wow. But then that sun comes out, oh, dry grass. So we don't want to keep dry face. We want to keep it moisturized. And when you put hyaluronic acid on first, then your moisturizer, you have a super occlusive barrier that keeps in all your goodness from the sun or the weather or nonsense, taking all your beauty and glory away. So it's not the sun's fault that comes in and makes your skin all wrinkly. It's because we've pretty much did toxic dumping in oceans, hence global warming. We have a lot of chemical factories that run 24/7, like in China and other places. Not saying all Chinese people are bad. Hell no. It's just the government that's kind of like pumping out all these pollutants and toxins. America's no better. Oh no, we got the same landfills that like all we're doing is burying junk on top of junk, on top of junk, on top of nuclear junk. Chernobyl, all types of nuclear radioactive waste. Where do we pretty much get rid of batteries and all that stuff? We dump it into our atmosphere. And so the sun is not the culprit. It's not the problem. That's a symptom, but it's not the problem. The problem is us. We depleted our ozone layer. Our ozone layer because of war, because of nuclear nonsense, radiation, 5G. So let me stop. I love, 802.11 networks. Don't get me wrong. But we have so much of it. It is adding to our world and it is depleting our ozone layer. Ozone layer stops UVC, UVB, and UVA rays. Now, if your ozone is depleted, now the sun rays can go through, or at least at 90% or more throughout the whole day and zap your skin. It's pretty much radiating your skin. Those gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, ultraviolet rays, all types of different rays. And there's all types, radio waves, radio frequency, AM, FM. Look, the list goes on and on and on. So we've fucked up our own atmosphere that allows that sun to come in and damage our skin. The sun is doing its job. The sun is great. Thank God we have a sun. Some planets in the solar system don't have a sun. Jesus, it would be an ice planet. So you should be grateful for the sun no matter what. Vitamin D, thank God, heals our strong bones and hair growth. We need the sun. But your hyaluronic acid helps prevent all those wrinkles, fine lines, I was going to say something nasty, but I ain't going to say it. But anyway, it'll stop all that nonsense to keep your body moisturized. What you'll need for this is a homogeneous blender. Homogeneous blender meaning it makes everything come together. It spins it so super fast that everything molds together, comes in together. It mixes very well. You need something that spins with the blade super, super fast. And you're going to see how fast it moves in just a minute. So you can mix by hand, but that's going to take you several hours to even get the consistency that we're going to get right now. Okay? So don't mix it by hand. Please don't. Now, if you have the old school, mixer with the little prongs or whatever, like you mixing pancakes, your mama did back in the day, making the pancakes, and she made you come down there and cook because she wanted you to cook one day. Oh yeah, I know how to make pancakes. Yeah, I do pretty good. But if you have an old school blender, that's the same thing. It's just kind of messy. With this one, it's a one clean, take it off, put it back on, clean it, you're done. That's why I like a homogeneous blender. All the links for everything you can buy in this video will be listed below. All you have to do is scroll down, click on the blue highlighted link. It's the only text that you're reading that's blue. The color blue is always a hypertext link that goes somewhere else, redirects you, okay? So, or it could be red, it could be purple, if that programmer put it that color, okay? Red is normally another thing, blue is, hyperlink. But anyway, we'll discuss that in a up-and-coming computer class if you guys want to learn and about my job and what I've been doing so far and why is it taking so long for me to do these videos. Is because I have an actual job now and it takes up a lot of my damn time, but I love being an IT professional. So we'll go into those classes later on if you really want to learn the basics of computer, which everybody should know because in the future, that's where the world is going to. And you have to have some sort of computer skill in the next 20, 30, definitely 40, 50 years. Definitely. You would have to. You will have to. You know what I mean? Your toothbrush will talk to you like, hey, your breath stink. Use me. For real, your pillow's gonna sit there like, hey, your temperature's too hot. You may have a fucking cold, or hey, you might have an STD. Go to the hospital. Go see that doctor. You're itching. See what I'm saying? Like, yo, technology's gonna be crazy. You know, that Android that's gonna wake you up in the morning, tap you on the shoulder. That's not your wife. Yo, that's crazy though. Now I think about it, damn, I don't want the robot waking me up, or he might kill me, and I might not wake up. So, anyways, I got on a little tangent. Forgive me. You'll need a homogeneous blender, and you're gonna need some hyaluronic acid in the powder form. Powder. Now this pouch, this is about 16 ounces, 1 pound. 1 pound is literally all you need to make thousands of batches of this, and you're gonna see why in just a moment. You don't need to go buy 32 ounces. You don't need to buy a gallon or pound, I'm sorry, not gallon, but a 16 pounds worth of this shit. 16 pounds will last you about 10,000 years. It's gonna last you a long fucking time. Not 10,000, but maybe 10 years. You only need a pound of this. Even this is, oh shit, it's about right here. It's coming out anyway, but it's here. And so I've only used maybe this much. And you're gonna see how it permeates through the air. Oh yeah, it's about to see. So powdered form hyaluronic acid, and when you need to buy this brand, you can buy any brand you want, but this is trusted. They've been in business for like ever and a day. I would go with this, or you can go with your brand if you want to, okay? And clear the air, Jesus. You're gonna need a pH balancer if you want to make it a certain pH level. Some hyaluronic acids, if you mix too much of it, can be too alkaline or it can be too acidic, depending on how you mixed it or what you mixed it with. If you mixed it with something else, like a vitamin C, pH balance your product, because it's going to be a little rancid. It's going to be not rancid, but acidic, okay? Not bad acidic, but if you put it on right after a chemical peel, you'll feel it. It's like, ooh, what is that? It's kind of tingly. That's the vitamin C, you know, because vitamin C is acidic. I mean, most fruits are acidic. But what we're going to make is the one with it and the one without it. You don't always have to add in a pH balancer. It's just, if you want to balance it to where it's like perfectly at 5.4, 5.5, the perfect neutral level, whatever your neutral levels are in these books nowadays, because it changes from time to time, then you'll need a pH balancer. And you're only going to add in 2, 3, maybe 4 drops. That is it. pH balancer. You're going to need something to put it in. You're going to need an amber glass, or you can use clear if you want to, but unless you're not around sunlight, you can use clear. You can use colored bottles. I just use amber. It's usually the standard go-to bottle that you use for blocking out sunlight and UV rays, so your product does not go bad. It won't go totally bad. It just goes bad every day that you leave it in the sunlight. And so after about a month or two, yeah, it's like water now, because yeah, all the goodness has been knocked out if you don't use an amber bottle or something that protects it, okay? So if you use clear, just be careful. Other than that, we're gonna use some, oh yeah, baby water or distilled water. Now, in certain stores, when you say baby water, that is like purified water. That's like good for any type of baby skin, doesn't break anybody out. But then there's distilled water. Distilled water has a little bit of elements in there that they're all super clean, but not as clean as baby water. Now, this isn't baby water, but I'm just saying, you would go to CVS, Walgreens, and you see the little baby on it. Yeah, that's the baby water, because it's safe for them. And that's like really, really, really clean water, but it tastes horrible. It's like, oh God, I can't. Ugh. But you drink it if you need to drink. Even distilled water has I like regular water. Okay, so you're gonna need distilled water, baby water, or in a pinch, if you have to, you can use faucet water. Faucet water, there's nothing wrong with it if you have a good area that they take care of their water. Everybody has a hydro plant. Everybody has some sort of plant that they filter their water. They clean the water before they serve it to clients. I mean, customers, hopefully. Detroit, I have no fucking idea. Michigan, damn. Damn, are they still not in jail yet for killing people? Man, see, privilege. But anyway, that was me. Lord Jesus. Or anybody of color. It wouldn't have gone so smooth now, would it? Education message. Now you got your water. If it's out of the tap, don't worry about it. You can still use tap water. Just make sure you have a pH balance strip test. You can buy them at any store. Dip the little tester and see what color changes. If it changes green, blue, yellow, orange, red, you know, whatever it may be. Then you look at the box and see the color codes, and if it's certain colors, then you know you can use it. But if it's bright red, orange, yellowish, you may not want to use that. That's acidic to contaminated water. I think yellow is actually a contamination. Red and higher is acidic water. The orange is like both, a mixture of both, but it's kind of dirty, has feces or urine or whatever in it. Don't use, read your test strips, see what it says, okay? So if you have to use tap water, you are fine. Don't ever let any esthetician, massage therapist, skincare professional, doctor, lawyer, like whatever, tell you what you can and can't use. If you know it's safe for your body, if it's drinkable and they're serving it through the fountain, hell, use it. Now, is it pure or is it better water than the distilled? No, not really, but it has like less nonsense. That's all distilled is. It's less bullshit. All right? These items right here, you're gonna mix into a bowl or cup or whatever you're gonna use. Mine has a measuring. You don't need to worry about the measurements because we're gonna go over everything we need to measure. The only thing you really need to measure is the powder. The powder, we're gonna just use, you can use either 1, 2 tablespoon dipper, or if you just have 1 tablespoon, you can use 1, put it in there, mix it, and if it's not thick enough, add in another one. This one equals 1 of those. Two scoops of this, 1, 2 equals 1 of those. I hate to talk to you like you're simple or kids, because some people are not going to get what I'm saying. So let's reiterate. Let's break this down even further. All right, so when you set up your setup, you're going to put everything in order on what you're going to use. For me, I'm going to go ahead and just use the 1 tablespoon. If I need more, I can just dip in and add another scoop, okay? But for you experts out there, you can just use the straight 2 tablespoons and just do 1, and then you're done. But it's heavy, it's a lot. I don't use this much. But if you want to, if you're making mass quantities, like in Coneheads, you know, they were always eating mass quantities, like for real. You know, Primat and all them, and, you know, Beldar, yo, they got down when they was eating for real. Coneheads, that's a damn good movie. That's a classic movie, for real. And then, yeah. So in mass quantities, you're going to use the bigger spoon, the 2. But for me, I'm just going to make about, I don't want to say 2 cups full, but, or maybe. So it just depends on how much you want to make. For me, this is how much I make in just these little bottles. I make so much, it's ridiculous, off of just 1 scoop, and you're gonna see right now. Put together your homogeneous blender. Make sure your blades are clean. Look inside, clean your utensils. It's supposed to be shiny and silver. Doesn't smell like cake batter and other shit in here. Okay, there's nothing crawling in here, ants or whatever, because remember, some of y'all are bakers and chefs, and you leave these things, and there's ants and craziness crawling all inside of here. Clean your shit. For real. Handle your shit. This is just the motor that makes it spin. You're going to put it together, and you'll hear it click, or might not, but you just turn it. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So if you turn it to the right, it's tight. Turn it to the left, clockwise, or I'm sorry, counter, then it's loosey, all right? So again, make sure it's on, make sure that click, but mine doesn't click anymore because I've taken it off so many times. I've had this thing for about, maybe 8 years. It's been a while. So to make sure it works, your button, make sure your power cord is plugged in. Some people hit the button and it's not even plugged in. I'm guilty of that. Plug it in, get your power button. Man, you barely hear this thing. I love this damn thing. You can hear, look. Oh man, it's quiet. All right, so you hit your power button. You can look at your blender if you want to. Just don't put your eyeball in the blender. Don't do that shit. Don't put your tongue like, oh, let me taste it. And cut your damn tongue off. No. People will do this shit, for real. Don't do that. Don't be dumbass. I used to be a police officer for over 10 years. 10 years. Of every unit that you want to name, I've been there, done that. Now, when we go to these hospital calls and take a fucking report and try to figure out why this person's arm was in a garbage disposal and you turned it on, the kids are playing around with it, or a lawnmower and somebody just put their body underneath the lawnmower because they wanted to test out the blades. Yes. Or, hey, I want to lick the ice. Yeah, and cut their fucking tongue all up. You can't get a new tongue. It's not going to grow back. You are not a lizard. Now, some women have a long ass tongue like a lizard. That's all right. But damn, if you get your shit cut off, or some men, if you're down there and you eat the box real good, shit, you all right. Man, I wish I had a long tongue. But you don't want to fuck it up just because you're trying to do something fancy. Don't be stupid. Don't be a masochist. That's just whips and chains and all the other shit that you can survive with. You won't survive this one, okay? Be safe. So now that you know that safety and that message, if you do it, you're on your own. You did not learn anything like that from me. So you're on your fucking own. Just warning you. Get your stuff ready. Now, when you're adding your powder, I can actually eyeball my work. I know I don't even really need to use these anymore. But let's just say for safety's sake, we're going to use the powder into here. You can put it over the bowl. Whatever drops into the bowl, it's fine. You're okay. You do not have to have a precise level anything. As long as you have enough of it in here, you're fine, okay? So don't give me a text or call saying, hey, how many measurements was that? I filled it up to 2 cups on the brim. How did you even get it to the brim? As you're going to see, it's hard to do. So, because this powder is volatile. So you open up slowly. Do not open up your bag. Woo, it will fly everywhere. Trust me, it will. I've done my research. So when you open it, make sure it's open so it doesn't go. Whoosh. Don't be a plopper, you know. Because when you plop something, like you sit on the couch, somebody had a glass of wine, you sit on the, and the wine goes spilling, that's a plop. You plopped yourself down. Don't plop. All right, so you tap, 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 tap. You can see most of it. I've used a lot of it. So here, I'm just tap, 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 tap. See? It comes out fast. So just give it a little bit of taps. Okay, and that's it. That's about as close as I'm gonna get. Because trust me, you'll see why it bubbles up so much. It's like a damn gremlin. As soon as the gremlin had one speck of water, like 10 of them popped out the back. Like, I'm like, damn, how many gremlins can you make off of one gremlin? And that was just a spot of water. Imagine a pool. So that's the same thing for this. Drop it on in there. Tap, tap, tap. It's going to stick in here a little bit. Don't try to get off all the residue. It's okay. It bonds really, really well. Now we're going to add in for the first batch, we'll add in our pH balance. pH balance, you know, the stuff that you're going to use to calm down your solutions, basically. So you add in 1 or 2 drops. Add it. Well, let's do 4. Add it in 4, actually kind of 5. It comes out kind of weird like gasoline, but it's not. It's just volatile. So you put 4 or 5 drops of pH balance in here. Now we're going to put in some water, which is our deionized water. So yeah, right. I didn't spend that much money for it. This is just our distilled water. We're going to put in a little. You do not have to have a precise measurement. Just put in a little bit initially. So I'm going to turn my cup so I can see. Just put in a tiny bit. Okay. That's it. That was all. I poured for like 1, maybe 2 seconds. That was it. 1001, 1002. I'm done. So once you know you're done, now look, it's going to mix up. It's like clumpy. Look at it. It's already trying to, like I said, hyaluronic acid is water binding. It's water loving. It holds up to 10,000 times its water weight, or 1,000 times, I should say. But for this, it's probably a 10,000 times or more because it's more than 2 grams. If you measure 1 tablespoon, is probably like 2 grams, give or take. Maybe 3, but it's 2, I'm pretty sure. So when you move it around like this and it coagulates and globs like this, oh yeah, it's sucking. It's literally sucking the fuck up that water, like you souping up some or sucking up some cup of noodles, like. Oh yeah, it's good, right? Damn right, because I love some damn ramen noodles. I ain't gonna lie. Jesus God, that's the same thing it's doing right now. It may take some time because the water molecule is bigger, but the hyaluronic acid knows how to get those bigger molecules and suck them down. Have you ever seen Ant-Man? When Ant-Man is feeding one of the ants a big glob of water, that water, if you look at it from our view, it's like you can't even see it because it's so tiny. But when Ant-Man had to shrink down to the ant size in the garden, and he gave him that droplet of water, the droplet of water didn't go anywhere. It was so big, the molecule, it was huge, and the ant drank it. So it's the same thing for here. It's so huge that it's going to absorb it, but it's going to blow up in just a minute, okay? So now that you have this, now you take your homogeneous blender. So your stick blender, basically, you don't have to call it a homogeneous blender. I just love saying that word, homogeneous, because we all need to homogenize. This world needs to homogenize. We need healing. Dear God, bless us all. Please watch over us all. Thank you for blessing us all. We love you. We thank you for blessing our family, kids, friends, and loved ones, and everybody. Thank you for the U-turns and the second million chances. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so we all need to homogenize in prayer and get on with our lives. So this homogeneous blender is going to bring everything together, okay? So we'd be good to go. If you're not good to go and I see your ass, I got to let you go. So now you put the power button, put it on in here. Now, when you mix everything, it's going to seem like it's going to go everywhere. It won't. So you turn it on. Right, it's too thick. I told you, it gels up super fast. That hyaluronic acid has now absorbed through, you know, revolutions per minute, or pretty much like a centrifuge. It's spinning it so fast that it fuses together. Like in Dragon Ball Z, when all they're trying to do is a fusion technique, like yeah. And they're trying to do that little fusion technique. Yeah, it's the same thing you're doing right here. You're fusing the little molecules together, okay? And so now it's like a thick, runny glob of, paste. So now that's why I said you only add in a little bit of water just to see your water level. So from here, I'm going to add in pretty much a lot of water because I know it brought it all together. So get your water. I'm going to put in some more. Okay. So see how much I put in that time? I put in a lot of water, right? Because you're thinking like, oh my God, that's too much water. Yeah, okay. Put it in. That's how thick it gets. I can lift my whole cup up out of the water because remember, as much water we put in, we only put in 1 tablespoon. As I said, if you're building mass quantities, then you use the red one that has 2 tablespoons. But you don't need to, because I'm going to show you why in just a moment. I'm going to add in some more water. Okay, so now it's actually like a good consistency to where I kind of want it, but I actually can put in some more water to make it even rise even more. But I like the consistency. I like how it's nice and if it's dripping off of this kind of slowly and nicely, then that's good. So let's say I dip it in again. That's hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to move that way. If it moves slower than this, that's at a 4%, 5%, maybe even a 6%. Like if it runs like I would say like gel consistency, like Jello, that's like 8% or more. That's like Jello. That hyaluronic acid would still work. You just need to add in some water. So if it comes out, you dip it in the stick. Yep, that's exactly how I want it. So again, if you take your finger, dip it in. I know it's me. I'm gonna use, this is my product. And you feel the consistency? I like that. That's perfect for me. This is hyaluronic. This is what I want. Now, if you want to mix it some more or add in more water and make it runnier, that's fine. But I think this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. So you can see the head, it has a lot of hyaluronic acid. Take your finger, make sure you're not on the power button. Make sure your fingers are down here to grip. So you don't want to turn this on, your fingers get clipped. Just take off the excess and it'll drip right on into the bowl. Other side, drip. Drip. Okay, put that down. And that consistency, like I said, this is perfect. I can even put this on my face right now. Yeah, it's good. It's nice and slippery. Like, man, that's exactly what I want. This is the hyaluronic acid that I need for my skin. So now we're going to go ahead and get our bottles that you're going to put it in to bottle it. So, and my hand's still moisturized with it, but that's cool. Take off your cap. Now, when you're pouring it in, you normally need some sort of sifter. We're going to use our little small one. You can have two. You can have this one if you want to, because it fits right in. That's the bigger one. Or you can use the small one right here. The small one is going to take time for it to drip through, though. But let's just see what I'm talking about. So when you take your concoction of hyaluronic acid, put the little one on. And now you're going to pour it in here. Pour it slow. Don't drip it. So see, right. It takes like, it goes drop, 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 drop. It takes a while for the little one, but it works. But we ain't got time to be waiting for droplets to go through. I mean, yeah, it's halfway through. It's almost done. Yeah, we ain't got this kind of time, okay? Come on. One more. You can do it. Good. So now we're going to use the bigger one. Put it over the top. Pour it on in. See? Fills it up much faster. Now don't be fooled by this. Once it gets here, stop. Because it's still up here, but it's still draining in. So see, now it's too much. If it's too much and it stops, it fills up right here, it's not going to leak out because the hole is plugged. So what you do is bring it over the same container. So let me show you. Bring it over the same container. And then you're going to go out really fast. Like, there you go. Because see, there was still hyaluronic acid in here. The filter. Okay. Dip, 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 dip. And that's okay. That should be good. So now you have a full bottle, but remember, you still have to put in your dropper. Pour some of this out. Pour it out to about to the rim. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay, because remember, your dropper, when you drop it in here, right now it's perfect. So you just want to have air at the bottle, at the neck, at least a little bit of air. And enough for the tube to go in. You don't want to overspill. That's perfect. So remember, when it gets right here, if it's above here, pour a little bit out until it gets right at the neck, okay? At the neck. If it's above the head, it's too much. So close it, cap it. Let this sit for about maybe an hour, not even. Everybody's like, oh my God, the bubbles are still in there. Don't freak out. The bubbles, that's all the air, because remember, it's cycled so fast, some of the air got trapped in there. It will dissipate. It will go away. So I let this sit for at least, like I said, another hour or two, and we're going to come back and you'll see in the next video, but we'll do some other products and I'll just bring it in so I can show you guys that it does go down. It looks like it's a lot of air bubbles, like da, 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 da. But this is a good batch. Even right here is starting to solidify, liquefy. You can start seeing the top rim. Everything else, it will go away. Now, some air bubbles aren't bad at all. That hyaluronic acid, the air it's not going to consume it at all. It's not, the hyaluronic acid is too concentrated. This is pure hyaluronic acid. This is not the store-bought bullshit. You just made this. How many bottles can I make out of this whole thing? Man, shit, I can make hundreds of these. literally, and we only use 1 tablespoon. Like I said, if you want to do mass quantities, you can sell hyaluronic acid all day without even doing a facial. Yeah, sell them for $15, $20, $25. I keep it in between that range because it shouldn't be more than, like, if you want to sell it for 30, 35, okay. But if your area is ritzy or wealthy, then yeah, sell it for $40 to $50. I wouldn't go higher than that because they can go out to the store and buy their own hyaluronic acid for $65, $85. The bullshit. But if you're in my type of demographic where everybody's kind of like a blue collar worker, we're all trying to make it, we're all living kind of paycheck to paycheck, but we're not super suffering, but we're right there in the middle, then yeah, price it at $15 to $25. I price mine at $25 depending on certain events that I attend to. And then if I want to help out everybody else in the world and, you know, people who can't afford luxury products, then I'm going to serve it at $15. And that's still not a loss for me. Think about it. I sell 2 of these, $30. With taxes, probably 34 something. So think about it. Damn, you sell 4 of them, you're at definitely past 60. Keep going, keep going. You just sold bottles. This is just one product at just $15. Now, if you sell it at like 35, you sell 2 of those, you're at $70 right there. That's good. 4 of them, was that 140? Yeah, or 145, give or take, taxes. That's good money. That beats a service. So if you do a full facial on somebody and you charge them $145, if you sell 4 of these, you just beat that facial. You didn't have to do any work. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you could be sitting around all day waiting for a client, put this online, Etsy, Facebook, YouTube, your own website, other people's websites, let them make money for you and give them a percentage. Why not? Etsy, overseas international shipping, people in other states and countries can't get this because their government don't allow it. They don't want them getting all the money like you're going to. And people overseas, if you can make this, hey, this is your power. Make your money. They don't want you knowing how to make hyaluronic acid. You see those commercials, ooh, Hydro Boost, ooh, the 3 little things that they have now where you can roll it against your eye. That doesn't do shit. That's bullshit. And they're smaller than these bottles. This bottle is actually pretty big for hyaluronic acid. This will last you a little while. When I was in Master Aesthetic School for esthetician, right here, Master Esthetician. Oh shit, what was that hair? What the hell was that? Anyway, they sold us these bottles for $85 and we bought them. I bought 2 because that's all I can afford. I ran out towards like maybe my 3rd or 4th month because you had to buy them. Or you were at least required to buy 1 because you couldn't share other people's products because that's cross-contamination. Yeah, they wanted you to buy, and it was the school's own product, basically. And they made so much, $85 for this. I remember going to the front desk, we all had to pay for it. And if you didn't buy it within 2 weeks, you had to, you know, stay in the basic class until you could save. It was some bullshit. But let me tell you, at $85 fucking, I ran out of this shit literally, like both of them in under 3 months, under. So that means you got to buy another. So I'm like, damn, they got my money. Products always make you more money than the services. Services are great if you have a lot of clientele. Then yes, the services outweighs the products. Maybe. But in reality, if you sell a product plus your service, times that by however many people that come in that week, this will always outweigh the service or treatments. It just does. It does. Because people will come in, even if they don't want a facial, they bought this 2 weeks ago, they ran out, they're going to come back for this. They're going to come back for the massage, and they're going to come back for the facial, because I already look good. You already hooked me up. You know what I mean? So the product is what they're coming back for. So the services are great. That's like a bonus, is actually getting a massage and a facial. But if I can sell you this $85 cream or bottle or whatever, hyaluronic acid, and you're buying this every 2 weeks, man, that's just one client. I'll take that $170 for just one client. You times it by 10 clients, man, that's pretty good. And then what if you have 20 clients, online clients? What if you have, do you see where I'm going with this? That's just off of one product. What if you're selling this plus your soaps, or, you know, your scrubs, your cleansers? You can sell something else with it. All this right here was like $300. This was $85. This one's going to be for $110. This one over here is going to be another $90. All that together is over $200. Yo, that actually, you don't need to do services. You just need to sell quality products that people want, that are going to help. And if they help and they come out, like my product, People come back just because of, this CBD oil. I didn't like CBD in the beginning. I was against drugs. It's not a drug. It's always been a plant of the earth. It's always been goodness. You see what I'm saying? It's almost how some people hate like health practitioners in Western medicine. They hate Western medicine. They hate homeopathic people who are naturopaths, wellness doctors. They hate those type of doctors because in Ayurvedic medicines and traditional Chinese medicine to old school medicines like Jamaican medicines, like I'm talking about like Dr. Sabi, that dude's been doing fruits and smoothies, him and his family, and he died because he was telling the truth. You know, conspiracy, cover up. Now, they don't like people who can heal people because they don't make money. So products are the same way. They give you a little bit just to hang on and then come back and buy some more shit because they see a little bit of difference, but they don't see everything. You're putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone, and that will never help. That's all those products out there are selling you. But if you sell quality products, people will come back and back and back and back. That's why I'm making this class to show you can do this on your own. You do not need somebody to put you on some sort of wholesale, oh, you need to buy this whole package and then you need to sell it, buying, you know, chemical peels and stuff like that. That shit is expensive. Your products can easily kill your business. If you're not selling the products, but you bought $10,000 worth of it, but I only sold $4,000 of it, you're in the hole by $6,000. And in the next month, now you got to re-up with that company again. That's another $10,000. That's 20. So now you're in the hole $16,000. Or yeah, that's crazy. And every month they're going to calculate that because they're going to send it to you. That's why you never get into those big ass bulk shipment type of deals. Wholesale. Fuck that. Make your own products. Do what you have to do. And these are all harmless products. As you've seen, I only put in a few little. Companies aren't going to show you what they put in because if they really showed you what they did to make a relaxer or keratin treatments or any type of soap and shampoo, if you really seen their process, it would fuck you up. Now, back in the day, they used it on animals to test and shit. I didn't test this on no animals or nothing crazy. They did that shit for years, 30, 40 years. Probably still are. They say they're not, but they are. Who else are they testing it on? That's bullshit. What do you think most of these shelters are giving these? So, is the FDA and all these other people your friend, really? No, no, no. It's all a business. Remember your power. This is why we're making this class, or I'm making this class for you. Para ti, para ti. So, I know I probably said that wrong in Spanish. Please forgive me. Benjamin is loco en la cabeza. I know, it's crazy. But, or mi amo es Benjamin. I appreciate you guys for watching and putting up with my stuff, but this is a simple way for you to make money and to see what's in these products and how I make them.